Hey guys, welcome to Chris Watches the World. And today we're going to be doing the same thing we do every day, reacting to this crazy world. And today I got a video about car payments. Should you have a car payment? Should you not have a car payment? Me personally, it's always a no. But anyway, let's get into the video. Right here, you can see it took me 18,000 to realize no car payment is the way to go.
$1,000 to realize no car payment and a cheap car is the way to go. Here's what I'm driving currently, my beautiful 2003 Toyota Corolla with 165,000 miles. And this is the car that cost me about $18,000 over the course of 3 years. I don't know why it's tweaking like this, but it's a 2020 Kia Stinger. I paid $354 a month for 3 years. Mind you, this was my...
That car payment isn't bad at all. 354. You definitely won't find that these days. But he said he got it in 2020 also, so that's also impressive. Pulled up my calculator. I'm gonna do some quick math. He said the car it cost him 18,000. So maybe and when you do 354 times 36, that only comes out to like 1277. So maybe he had a good down payment and a low interest rate. But anyway, let's continue.
My first car I had when I was about 18 years old. It was a Hyundai Sonata. I paid it off and decided to take the money after selling it and put it down on the Kia Stinger. I was working in insurance as a 19-year-old, and they told me, hey man, you're gonna want a car that you can love to drive if you're gonna be driving long distance to your appointments, blah, blah, blah. Basically, they kind of sold me on the concept of wanting a cool car to pull up to my clients' houses with. And that was the last thing I needed as a 19-year-old, to have an excuse to get a fancy car because I was making a little bit more money than people who were my age. So here's what I learned after having the car for 3 years and now getting back into a Corolla at 24. Having the fancy car was cool for about 6 months to a year until I realized I'm paying so much money just to drive this thing, and it doesn't make my life any different. Yeah.
Let me pause, guys. That's one thing about having a new car. It's always good when you first get it. Like, so you get it, you drive it. You know, it got that newness to it. But after a while, reality sits in, and let's just say you want to miss a couple of days of work, or you don't want to go to work. Well, guess what? You got this car payment. You got to make this car payment if you want to make this car payment. So now, guess who got to go to work? You do.
Girls might be like, dang, you got a nice car, but if you don't have game, you don't have game, whether you got a car or not. The homies loved it, but they also loved the simple cheap car. So it doesn't really matter if you got real homies, they don't care what you're whipping in. When I first hopped in the Corolla, it was pretty humbling because some people might see it as a beater, but after being in that nice car for 3 years and having fucking roll down windows, it's a little humbling.
I got those.
For me, maybe it felt like I needed to be humbled because honestly, now I have more money in my savings. I'm able to invest more money every month, and I can go on vacation or do the things that I want because I don't have to worry about spending and saving almost $400 every month on just driving. I don't see myself needing or wanting a car payment for anything in the near future. So for now, I'll probably just keep buying cars, putting some money into it, and enjoying the fact that I don't have a monthly payment every month. So that's what I learned from spending $18,000 on a brand new vehicle.
All right, guys, that's it for that video. But he has a point. Like, who needs a car? Like, I don't. Even if you're making a high income, I can see myself making $8,000-9,000 a month and going out and get a $1,500 car note. Even though his was 354, but just look at it. Let's just say he was 19. Yeah, he's doing a little bit better than probably the most. He didn't say exactly what he was making, but let's put him at like 3,000 a month, and that's $400. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's $400 you can put back and have a peace of mind. Or, like I say, you can invest it for your future. And like I say, if he invest that same 400 and then index or a stock in the stock market, you're gonna get an average about 6 to 10%. You're getting that money back. So there's that. Let's check out some of these comments. 354 a month. That's pretty cheap. You got a good interest rate. Created and responded at the time. It wasn't terrible. I agree compared to what I see now. That was the top comment. The next one is I regret getting my car, like most of us do once we buy a new car. Mind you, I haven't had a new car in I bought a new car in 2014. It was new for me, but it wasn't new. It was like 2012. I only had like I only paid like 12,000. I got it for 12. And I put 500 down on it, and my notes were like 267. So like it wasn't horrible, but it's if I could go back, I probably just wouldn't have got it because I had a car, a paid off vehicle sitting in my driveway. I literally had a paid off vehicle in my driveway. No, I was driving. It was a 2008 Forenza Suzuki. It was a nice car. Like say, tinted windows, interior was still clean. I literally went out, bought a new vehicle, and parked my Suzuki Forenza. Didn't even drive it. And on top of that, I paid insurance on that Suzuki while I was just sat in my driveway for a year and a half before I really decided I don't need this car and I sold it. When I should have just got rid of my Honda Sonata. But you live and learn. That's here and there. All right, guys, check out the next video. Let me see if I need to go up or down.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing to me that.
All right, we got this. I like this dude. All right, the caption is, if you guys can see it or not, finally paid off my car 2 years ago, and the maintenance cost after it was less than just payments. I have an extra $6,000 a year for repairs.
People still make this argument today that it is cheaper to buy a new car, which, by the way, the average new car payment right now is approaching, I think it's well over $700 a month now. $700 a month. That is insane. So on average, it does not cost me, say, $7,000 a year to make repairs on a reliable used vehicle to keep that car on the road. But it's amazing to me how many people who live paycheck to paycheck that I've coached over the years, and I used to make the same mistake too, that fall for this. I need a reliable vehicle. I need something with security. I need a warranty. You know how much money you're spending on those types of things? But yet, if you bought yourself a fairly good used vehicle, paid cash for that vehicle, and then maintained it, do you know how much money you can save? So many people who live paycheck to paycheck could do so much better with their finances by ditching these high car payments. But too many people get stuck in this excuse of, well, I need a reliable vehicle and I don't have money to really make repairs. Well, you would if you got rid of those car payments.
Yeah, okay, guys, you got a point. So, check me out, friends. I have 4 used vehicles, and like there's 4 of us in my family. Last year, like we did the math, let's just say my vehicle. I'm just going to use me for an example. I have a 2006 Ford. So last year I spent $1,600 for the whole year for maintenance, outside of oil changes. Let's just round it up to about 18. So I spent $1,800 that year for my vehicle for just maintenance. That was it. And let's see, for my hey guys, welcome back. I had a little technical difficulties. It just cut off like right in the middle, and I was on a little rant. I was talking. I was all into it, but then I get back to the screen. I actually ended the video with like, comment, subscribe, and then I get back and it's like, you're talking to yourself like I am doing now. Okay, guys, let's get back into it. Sorry about that delay. I can agree completely with this guy. So let's get into some. I'm not gonna get into some. Okay, yeah, if y'all see me looking down, I'm pulling out my calculator. Let's say you got an $800 car payment, because let's be honest, 700 is kind of on the lower side these days. What's a 800? And you do that times 12, you're looking at $9,600 a year just for your car payments. And then depending on what type of vehicle you got, that may be a little bit more once you add insurance. Let's throw in another $300-400 a month, because it's gonna cost you, especially if you're a male under 25. It just is what it is. I think back in the day, when I had my first vehicle in 2007 or 8, I was paying $320. Like, that's when I was under 25. I was paying like $320 a month, and my car note was $320. So my car note was just as much as my insurance. I was paying a whopping $650, $700, and I wasn't making nothing. But how much was I making back then? I had a factory job. Man, I don't know, I was making about $400-500 a month. I wasn't making much at all. That was killing. And I had a kid on the way. Well, I had a kid. I had another on the way. Good times. But anyway, guys, this man has a point. You do want to not have a car payment, because, like I said, just having a paid off vehicle will save you so much money. Like, even if you bought it, however you get it, just get the car paid off. Just don't go buy nothing new. Now, I wouldn't suggest going to get nothing off the dealership. Like my thing is, if you want to get some, you could try to go through Facebook Marketplace, possibly go through your bank, even better, a credit union, because your interest rates will be lower. Don't get something too big or anything like that. When I say big, I mean expensive, $10,000, $12,000. You can get something like between $6,000 and $9,000, and try to go ahead and knock out those payments. You can honestly do that depending on what you make in possibly a year or two, and you'll be debt free. I mean, not debt free, but you'll be car free. And that to me would be the way to go. Okay, now let's check out uh maintenance. So last year I got my 4 vehicles, the 4 used vehicles, and my maintenance last year total was 45 on the Pathfinder. I'm gonna do about 2,000 on my Ford, and we'll do 1,000. I'm just rounding up because it was like 8 on my Sonata, so it's 1,000, and another 5 on my Toyota Corolla. So we got 45, 2, 65, 75. So it was a total of 8 grand for 4 vehicles last year in maintenance. Now, mind you, this was spread out. Like what caught me off guard was the Pathfinder hit me like right at the end of the year, and it was a whopping like 4,500 just for it by itself. But still, like I say, between those 4 vehicles, it was 8 grand for maintenance. That's far less than the 800 payments. Like it was $800 payments was 9,600. I still pay less with 4 vehicles, all paid off with maintenance. And the only reason that Pathfinder was so expensive because it was like one of those rare things to like the defrost and the heat wasn't working properly. So to get to it, they had to go through the dashboard, and that was labor intense. So it ended up being around 2,100. Plus, there was another issue that cost about 14. Had to do with the brake pads and stuff like that. So that's why that vehicle ended up being. Like I said, that was like a month out from each other. So it just totaled about 4,500. And other issues with the other vehicles. But I said that to say this is that you should come out better getting a used vehicle, a good used vehicle, and keeping up with the maintenance on it. Almost until the wheels fall off. I'm gonna drive mine until the wheels fall off. Like right now, I'm doing good. Like I said, I got a good nest egg, and like I'm saving money. I'm knocking out debt. And hey, we're gonna get there. But anyway, guys, that's it for this video. Kind of went longer than it was supposed to because it cut out a minute ago. So I'm gonna have to clip this in. Anyway, guys, if you got any value out of that, please always hit the like button. Like I said, anytime I go into a YouTube video, I hit the like button because I know it takes people take time into these videos and stuff like that. So at least I can always do is hit the like button. I'd appreciate it very much. And comment your thoughts down below, vehicle, no vehicle, and subscribe for more content like these. I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.